This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Happy 11th birthday. I'm excited for you. You're my oldest grandson, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about some of your relatives. As you grow older, you'll be curious about it. The Lewises go back really to the beginning of America and landed in Virginia, most likely in the early 1600s. My family, your family, starts with my great-grandfather, James Washington Lewis, and his mother brought the family after James Washington's father died when he was about 18 months old. And they lived in Rutherford County, Tennessee. And his mother, sometime later, brought the entire family by herself in a covered wagon to Springfield, Missouri, which is about 90 miles north of where we are now, Fayetteville. And James Washington began his life and his family in Springfield. Had a total of 8 children. 5 boys and 3 girls, and in 1885 they moved to Fayetteville, Arkansas, and had a house on Dixon Street, which your mother would know where it is, and someday you will when you come to visit me. My grandfather, his name was Bert Lewis, and he was one of the 5 boys. And Bert and his brothers started a company called Lewis Brothers Hardware, and it was on the Fayetteville Square and began operations in the early 1900s. One of the brothers started a bank in Fayetteville called the First National Bank. And Bert's son, Bert was Herbert Lewis. The next Herbert was my father, and he was born in 1904. So he was sheriff of Washington County for a period of time, and had lots of interesting stories in those days. My older brother Herb, who's almost 20 years older than I am, tells of taking his first vacations when they would take a prisoner down to Little Rock. So Herb got to ride in the back seat with the so that was pretty exciting for him. So here we are, starting with James Washington, born in 1841. James Washington's father, incidentally, was named Nathaniel, and then we go back from there. But for the moment, we won't do that. The family originally came from Wales. So here we are down to David Lewis, your grandfather, born in 1946. And then your mother, who was born in this town of Fayetteville, Arkansas, was born in 1968. So here you are with a long trail of Lewises before you, and over time I want to teach you about this so that you'll have a understanding of your history, of where you came from and all the people that came before you. And what's really startling to me is how much the world has changed. My grandmother, this is Bert's wife, was born in 1877 and died in 1981. Scarlett knew her well. Everyone called her Grandma. So she was born well before the car, the airplane, before telephones, before all the modern things that we know about. And she would tell the story of her father, who was a doctor, would come visit her, and she went to college around Springfield, Missouri. And he would ride on a horseback up to Springfield to visit her. Of course, now we get up there in 2 hours by car, and back then it was a 2 or 3 day horse ride. So it's amazing how much things have changed and how life is, how different it is, but it's important that we have an appreciation for that. So life's not always been too easy for those that came before us. But anyway, here you are, the first of the next generation of Lewises, of which now total 5 boys. Isn't that interesting? James Washington had 5 boys, and my father had 4 boys, and now here we are with 5 boys in the next generation. So you're leading the charge. That's a big, important position. So at any rate, happy birthday. Enjoy yourself, smile, be happy and peaceful. Love you.